So, with Kris Kristofferson's passing, we've been looking back at our recent podcast on the channel about some of the historical songs in his oeuvre. Now, when this song came out, there was no indication that a certain country singer who was as smooth as can be and also sometimes used a big orchestra in his presentations would have his career revived by this great song that Kris had wrote for the good times. Now, this is a song written by Kristofferson, first recorded by singer Bill Nash in '68, before appearing on Kristofferson's own debut album in June '70. After recording by Ray Price, became a #1 single in June of that year. The song established Kristofferson as one of country and popular music's top songwriters, while giving Price his first chart-topping country and western song since 1959. Now, For the Good Times continued to be recorded by a number of artists in subsequent years to popular success. It became a staple of soul singer Al Green's concert repertoire in the 1970s and also featured as a studio recording on his '72 album, I'm Still in Love with You. Now, a version by Perry Como spent 27 weeks on the UK singles chart, peaking at number 7 in August '73, and spent 13 weeks on the Irish singles chart, peaking at #1 for 2 weeks in November '73. Now, most of the song was written in 1968 while he was on a work-related road trip from Nashville to the Gulf of Mexico. It recounts the end of a love affair based on a real-life experience of his, in a manner that popular music scholar Steve Sullivan said conveys sadness, acceptance, and longing. Now, the Bill Nash version came out on Smash Records, 1968, with the A-side of this was We Had All the Good Things Going. Now, Jerry Kennedy was the producer. Now, the single by Ray Price from the album For the Good Times, with the B-side Grazing Greener Pastures, was recorded in March '70, released in June '70, and at Columbia. A longer version, 3:47, with Don Law as producers. Now, back with I won't mention it again, which was a very important song in his oeuvre. Now, again, the early recording song by Nash was on Smash, and his own recording again on his self-debut album in April 1970. Not was on Jesus Was a Capricorn. Now, Ray Price, with a big orchestra, recorded it on March 16, '70 at Columbia Studio A. Now, Price's recording was released as a single and made its chart debut on June 27, 1970, topping the country and western charts for 1 week and reaching number 11 on the pop singles chart. For the Good Times, with Price's fifth #1 single, spent 19 weeks on the charts. It was his only release to hit the top 40 of the pop chart. Originally, Price's label, Columbia, had released the song as the B-side of the single, but switched to promoting For the Good Times after Wayne Newton recorded his own version of the tune. The flip side, Grazing in Greener Pastures, did receive credit on the country music chart. Now, at the '71 Academy of Country Music Awards, For the Good Times won in the category for Song of the Year for Kristofferson as composer, and a Single of the Year for Price. In '74, Rolling Stone named Price's recording number 18 of his 40 saddest country songs of all time. Casey Musgraves, of course, the modern chanteuse, has said it might be the saddest song of all time. It really breaks my heart. Yeah, it's sad, but like I said, there's much sadder songs. Now, it was also featured in a television commercial promoting ESPN coverage of the 2015 college football playoffs. Now, the Price version, number 232 in Australia, #1 in U.S. Hot Country Singles, number 11 Hot 100, number 10 in the Adult Contemporary Tracks. In Canada, number 2 in the country charts, number 13 on the top single charts, and number 10 on the Adult Contemporary charts. Now, the song itself basically is one that needs a good orchestra to really do it, and that's why Perry Como. And I think out there there's a Frank Sinatra version. I think either a studio or a stage version is quite interesting as well. Now, the key lyrics here: "Don't look so sad. I know it's over, but life goes on, and this world keeps on turning. Let's just be glad we have this time to spend together. There's no need to watch the bridges that we're burning. Lay your head on my pillow, sweet baby. Hold your warm and tender body and close to mine. Hear the whisper of the raindrops blowing softly against my window. Oh, late at night, make believe you love me one more time for the good times. I'll get along and I'm sure you'll find another. But baby, please remember I'll be here. I'm going to stay right here, and if you should ever find you need me, yeah, don't say a word about tomorrow. Ah, forever and ever and ever and ever. There'll be time enough for severance when you leave me. He. For the good times and the key ones, lay your head on my pillow. I just want to hold your warm body and tender body close to mine. Very romantic song, but a kind of an end of what do you call an end of relationship type thing. But the Al Green version is quite interesting, ladies and gentlemen, because now get this, ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley did a version and Anne Murray, and the Elvis version it's a little bit more up tempo for a lot of people, and if you can hear a little bit in the background, it's more piano than orchestration. So, like I said, a different version. So we decided to go with more piano than orchestration. Elvis was always doing something a little bit different. So the idea, ladies and gentlemen, the amount of people that covered this, you can tell of a great song where a lot of people were covering the tune in their own style. But why would Ray Price do this? Well, Kristofferson was basically selling his songs to the best artists out there, and when Smith took Help Me Make It Through the Night to number one, that was the same thing as well. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, everybody got their favorite Kris Kristofferson song. We all read a podcast on Help Me Make It Through the Night. But like I said, there was always an aspect of broken heart country involved with Kristofferson. You say outlaw country, but I mean, he was looking at relationships. Now, the only comparison I can give, and I know it's kind of weird, you look at some of the writing and songs of Phil Collins in his solo career and his skewed look at relationships, different way. There's a lot of comparisons. I think why Kris Kristofferson was so popular, he inspired a lot of people, and he would sometimes collaborate with them, like including Sinead O'Connor, Canada's Blue Rodeo, various other artists, and of course Willie Whalen and Johnny. And like I said, just like Johnny, Willie Whalen, he had his demons. But Ray Price said, I think it was on TNN many years ago before he died, he said, I owe Kris Kristofferson my career. And Perry Como, like I said, he would always do the best songs going. And this was the best songs at the time. And like I said, it wasn't really a country song. It was more like the old-fashioned kind of, orchestrated country. I would love to see if Patsy Cline would have lived to do a version of this. It would have just blown your head off. It's that good. See, with Kristofferson, he wasn't a great singer, but when he sang something, it was lyrics from the heart. So this is our latest of a series of Kris Kristofferson podcasts we're going to be doing this week in tribute to KK. If you like what we're doing here, what our tribute to the great singer, songwriter, actor, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.